Hello everyone, welcome back to the Garden of Names. I hope you all had a great weekend, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel. This is a channel where we put a name to some of the most popular plants and trees in the world, and we also look at ways we can plant them in our backyards. Now, as promised in the last video, I did state that we would be reviewing both the bird of paradise and the giant bird of paradise, and so that's exactly what we're going to do. So the bird of paradise is a tropical looking plant that has these beautiful, bright colored bird-like flowers. I guess maybe that's where the inspiration for the name came from, but who knows. But it is a really unique looking plant that definitely stands out in most gardens. And on the other hand, you've got the giant bird of paradise, which is a lot larger, as the name suggests, and also has that striking tropical look with its bold banana-like leaves. It does, however, have white flowers with purplish accents. They tend to dwarf in comparison to the size of the leaves, whereas the bird of paradise has bright orange flowers with blue accents. Now, both plants are native to the coastal evergreen forests of South Africa, but they're also considered native in parts of Mozambique, Botswana, and Zimbabwe, so the southeastern portion of Southern Africa. In terms of hardiness, these plants prefer that subtropical climate similar to their native habitat. So for the bird of paradise, you're looking at a USDA hardiness zone of 10 to 12 with a low of about 0 degrees Celsius. They're a little sensitive to the cold, so you want to avoid frost at all costs. Whereas for the giant bird of paradise, you're looking at a slightly lower zone of 9B to 11. So they can handle very little frost once they're established, but would also prefer a frost-free zone for optimal growth. But they can tolerate cold temperatures down to about minus 2 degrees Celsius, but for very brief periods. Now, both these plants are very popular in gardens and landscapes all around the world, especially the giant bird of paradise. It is much easier to spot just because it's so massive and it just has that striking presence. So you'll see here in the pictures and short clips I have for you that you can find them all around Southern California, especially in LA. They often serve as the statement bush placed in the corner of the yard. But if you're looking to plant one of these for yourself, I would say planting it as the focal point of the garden design would be ideal, either in isolation as a statement plant or in small clusters around smaller shrubs to create a tropical canopy effect. For the smaller bird of paradise, you typically want the colors to shine. They serve as the centerpiece for the look, so planting it in clusters of 5 to 7 with other plants around that 3 to 5 height, that will help you achieve the lush tropical look. And throwing in different colors as well will also help keep things a little more interesting. Or you can just apply the canopy effect as well with some ground covering shrubs. I don't think you can ever go wrong with that look. Now, if you're in a slightly colder climate, I'd recommend Musa sikimensis as the alternative to the giant bird of paradise. It is hardy in USDA zone 7 to 10, and it can withstand temperatures down to minus 9 degrees Celsius or 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So it can handle slightly lower temperatures than the giant bird of paradise. But the foliage is still sensitive to frost, so keep that in mind. For the bird of paradise, I'd say the canna lily, maybe tropicana. There are so many options there. That would be the best cold hardy alternative in my opinion. I know you're not getting the bird-like flowers as the centerpiece, but you do have a decent size to serve as a canopy plant, and not to mention the beautiful flowers with varying colors and just an overall tropical look that can withstand temperatures down to minus 6 degrees Celsius or 20 degrees Fahrenheit, so around USDA zone 8A to 11B. But like the Musa sikimensis, the leaves will die back at the first sign of frost before recovering in the spring. Now, as always, I've left links in the description with tips on how to grow these plants, but that's all I have for this video. In the next video, we will be looking at the lady palm, so stay tuned for that. But once again, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you all next Monday. Take care.